All right, good afternoon, students. So let's start discussion. I'll try to finish it as soon as possible. So yeah, I'll try to clarify your doubts as much as possible, and quickly I'll try to finish this session now, so you guys cannot watch the recording as well. Sorry. Draw the expected output of the following HTML code segment when rendered by a web browser. Okay, so they're asking us to what? Draw expected output of the following HTML code segment when rendered by an web browser. So what is the answer, kids? I'll make it very quick. So if you guys are available in the what YouTube Lama, yeah, you can what provide me the answer in the portal as well. I'll be referring to the portal here and there. Yeah, I'll be referring to it, and yes, you guys can chat openly. Yes. So the first one is kids. Okay, they have started from HTML tag, then body, then UL style, okay, list style type none. So Lama, remember these how these things are being inserted because in the next year the same thing will be tested in a different manner, Lama. So please uh, make sure that what you guys are like aware of these things. Lama, here what kind of style is applied here? So when it comes to CSS kids, we have three types of CSS, right? So what are three types of CSS? CSS can be, yes, what is it? Inline. It can be inline. Then what else kids? It could be internal. It could be internal. And what else? It could be external as well. I'll make it very quick. So we have three types of style sheets. One is inline, internal, and external. So kids, inline means the styles are applied for each line of a web page, line by line. Whereas internal means it's added to one web page, external means it's added to multiple web pages. Hope you guys are aware of it. And Lama here, UL type, UL style equals list style type. None means they are like here what they have used is Lama. They have just very good. Yeah, I'm getting answers in the portal as well. Likewise, Lama give answers in the portal. Okay, inline, internal, external, perfect. Huh? So Lama here the style what they have used is kids what? What's the style they have used? They have used is Lamaini inline styles. Yeah. You will style, leaf style type, none. So the type they are using is none Lama, which means what? Zero. Which means zero means like no style is being used. And then we have a like cricket, football, hockey. So yes, how should we display the answer? That's my first question. Lama, here no bullet marks will be available. Are you guys agreeing with me? මෙතන bullet marks මුකුත් නැහැ. මෙතන bullet marks මුකුත්ම නැහැ ලාම. Here what? No bullet marks will be available. Here no bullet marks. ඒතර cricket football hockey කියන එක කොහොමද අපි display කරන්නේ? Yes, what do you think? How should we display it? That cricket, football, hockey thing. So that yeah, it will be displayed without any bullets. That's true. Because what? Because that style type now none is available. But how are we gonna represent the answer, kids? That's my next question. Lama, yes, although there is no bullet, make sure it's being indent. Yeah, make sure it's being what? Indent, Lama. Yeah, make sure it's being indent. So you should, somewhere like here only you should write it, Lama. Cricket, Lama, see capital, likewise, Nihimadani. Cricket, then what next? Football and hockey. Make sure it's indent. Make sure it's indent. Yes, kids, make sure it's indent. Huh? අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම make sure it's intent. Please make sure it's intent. ඒක intent කියලා ensure කරන්න. Football ඊළඟට kids hockey. Amazing. So please what write like this. So make sure it's intent lah. हमारा intent के like ensure कराना होगा that uh, एक yeah, by default it will be intent. What is the reason? Because make a list because it's a list. Okay, there is no there is no style type like list style type पे रखना है box circle disk है मुझे उतना है but make sure lah it's what intent. So shall we go to next one? हाँ. So shall we go to the next one? आप याद दिला करें. Okay, a registration form for a speech competition. Okay, and it's labeled HTML source are given in figures. Okay, 1.1 and 1.2 respectively. Okay, nice, nice. So there's a full form, right? It's the full form. Okay, nice, nice, nice. Point one, one. Okay, 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 okay. So one point. Okay, the registration form for a speech competition and it's labeled HTML. So okay, 1.1 and why is 1.2 is 1.2. This is 1.2, right? It is fine. So Lama, yeah, if we go here, metam te gya nang, if you go here, Lama, ini metam te gya nang. Yes. If you go here, metam te gya nang, okay. A registration form for a speech competition, it's label, okay, okay, blah, blah, blah. It is a back to the nature, speech competition, registration form. Okay, so my andhra balanna kids, yeah, back to nature, speech competition, yeah, like this sound recover tamai kids, but there is a difference. What's that difference, kids? Who can give me the answer? Yeah, like back to nature, speech competition. They sound similar, like okay, but there's a small difference. So we can see the difference is in the size and the thickness, right? Size and the what kids? Thickness, isn't it? Yeah. The size की thickness की मेरे हिसाब से so make a like these one heading, these are separate heading, these are separate heading. So which means like H1, H2, H3, something like that. Then you have the form, okay, name, gender, district, email, okay, subscribe for newsletter, submit, okay. Then we have an what? Hyperlink. Hyperlink here good there. And it's a fill in the blank, right? And lamai and kids balanna, kids vetra balanna. Here registration form is available in H3, which means speech competition and back to internet. Yeah, what's the most suitable headings? What will it be? It should be obviously H1 and here we have what H1 and H2 as well, right? Yeah, so simple kids. I'll use these editor. This color is good, right? Yeah, I'll use this color, kids. Since it's visible, yeah. Okay, fine. So, kids, what about this back to internet thing? Like, what about this back to internet thing? What about this back to internet? It should be H1 or H2. What do you guys think? Back to internet, it should be H1, right? Isn't it? It should be H1. You start from H1, you end from where, kids? N from H1, yes. And speech competition thing is what about that? It should be H2, right? Isn't it? Yeah, it should be H2. It should be H2. It should be H2. Hope it's very clear. And why is it like that? Why is it like that? Why? Why back to nature is H1, speech competition is H2, and registration form is H3? Any reasons why will it be like that? Because Lama, as we all know, like there are six headings which goes from H1 to H6. And what about H1, Lama? H1's what? What is high? The size is high, and when the headings are going what towards H6, what's happening, kids? The size is decreasing along with the thickness. Yes, Lamai, the thickness and the size is decreasing. Okay, fine. So H1, H2, H3. Fine, fine, fine. Then kids, form method. Okay, we have form method, blank, blank, action.php. What is the answer for C and D? What would be the most suitable answer? Form method, you have C, D. Okay, so what's the most suitable answer, kids? For C and D? Form method. What is the answer? So here you should write under method Lamai. What do you write? Get to post, right? What's available here? The post is only available, right, Lama? Yeah. Post is only available. So form method, you can write, yeah, you can write what, kids? You can write get. Yes, you can write get. You can write get. Can someone let me know the difference between get, sorry, not get, just post, right? So can someone let me know the difference between get and post? Yeah, what is the difference between get and post? Any difference? Form method equals post. Yes. Then D. What about D? So okay, I'll teach you in a simple manner. My the main difference of post and get is post is much more secure, whereas get is what less secure. That's the main difference. And my D will be what, kids? Kids, what about D? It's action, right? So I can remember something similar to this. Yeah, me was meter good saman Christian like there was a in 2023 or 22. Can you remember there was a question? Form method equals blank, action equals whatever dot php, and they have asked what is the function of action here. Who can remember that? Was it in 2023 paper? Something very similar to that was tested, right, Laman? So yeah. Form method is what? Action. Sorry, form method is post, which means that we are retrieving data with the method post. Okay, so secured. Action means Lama, the name of the PHP file where this what insert data will be inserted into. Yes. Then you have label for name. Okay, name. Input type. Yes, kids. What is the first input type? 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 It's input type name, right? Input type name. Name equals name. Then double BR. Fine. Double BR means Lama, yeah. First of all, it'll yeah, just break now, it will come to the next line. And double BR means Lama, input type, sorry, text. Yes, sorry. Text, sorry. Yeah, text. Yeah, input type text. I was like double BR. Yeah, there is a space in between, right? Yeah, there's a space in between. Yeah, Lama, yeah, there's a space in between. So input type, yes, what is it? Input type? Double BR, right? Yeah, double B, first BR is what? First BR is for line break. Second one is what, Lama? Kind of a space. Yes. So input type text. Name equals name. Hope you guys know what's name. In name ke like Lama, like it's the variable which stores the data. What you insert inside the text box, yes, that will be stored what in this variable name. Input type text, okay. So text box text, yes. Name equals name, name equals name means kids. What you insert into this text box, yeah, text box, it will be assigned to this variable called name. And this will be only be taken to what line? PHP patra ranyanes make it. This will be taken to the what server side. Fine. So yeah, I'll be doing Python as well, okay. Then label for gender, okay, label for gender one. Input type F. So what is this F kids? What is this F? Is it radio? Is it a radio? Yeah, it's a radio, right? So kids, what's the difference between radio and a checkbox? A lot of students are constantly asking me, so what is the difference between a radio and a checkbox? What is the difference between radio and a checkbox? No idea. So a radio means Lama, you'll be given multiple options. Yes, not two, but multiple. And you can select one option. They'll provide you multiple options, one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, but you can only select one option. So that's radio. Whereas checkbox means Lama, you'll be given multiple options and you can select multiple options. Yes. So input type radio, name equals gender, ID means yeah, it's male and ID male and value equals male. Okay. Then lama, yeah, label for male. Okay, outside what will be printed, male thing will be printed. So first, what will happen is first of all the radio button will be created. Then male will be written. Input type once again F, which means radio. Fine. Name equals gender. Fine. ID equals female. Value equals female. Okay. Then label for female. Female. Fine. No issue. No issue. Yeah, yeah. ID is changing. Huh? With the value, ID is changing. Remember that, kids. Huh? Remember that with the ID, what? I mean, sir, with the value, ID is also changing. Okay. So, I can remember in 2021, it was tested something like what is the difference between radio books and checkbooks or something. Something similar to that was tested. Alright, fine, fine. So, the key difference is, Lamai, radio allows you to what? Select only one option out of multiple, whereas checkbox allows you to what? Select plenty. That's the main difference. Yes, that's the main difference. And do we have a checkbox here, Lama, in this question? Please, just one. It's just one. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. So shall we go next one, kids? Label for G. What is G? What is this G? G. What's G? Is it select? So label for yes, kids. What is it? Label for district. Okay. So label for what, kids? What is the best option? Label for what, kids? What comes under G? What do you guys think? Label for G, what, kids? Is it label for name or label for district? What is the answer? Label for yes, kids. What is the answer? Is it label for name or label for district? It's yeah, it's a simple thing. I patla ganela. It's district, right? Isn't it? It's district, right? It's district, obviously. So we are labeling for district. See, do you all know what's actually this label means? Do you all know what's this? What's the real meaning of label? Do you all know what's actually label does? Label like ඇත්තරම කරන්නේ මොකක්ද කියලා දක්වනවා. Do you all know what actually does by this label thing? Lamai, to be honest, what label does is, kids, label creates a relationship between this one and this one. That's what label does. Label creates an interrelationship among it. So label creates an interrelationship between what? This point and this point. The text box along with the what? I mean, whatever you write on top of the text box. Yes, a mutual kind of a relationship is built between these using label. That's the exact purpose of using label. Otherwise, they won't even use label. No, I'm pretty honest at the moment, kids. I'm pretty honest at the moment. Otherwise, they won't even use the word label. Yes, the word label, what does it does is it creates a relationship between the text box and what you write on top or on beside of the text box. So here what you write is label for. So label for district. Then outside you write whatever you write outside the text box, which is district. And now the thing is, like a kind of an anchor. It's not anchor tag. A kind of an anchor is created, Lamai. So label for, then you write here district, okay? Then this district is only taken down. Then name equals district, ID equals district. Are we clear? Are we clear, kids? So what does label does it, Lama? It creates the interrelationship between the text which you write outside and the text box. Like there, like hope that part is very clear. So label for district. It's not label for name. So if you write label for name, එළිය name වගේ තිබ්බන. මෙතන දාලා label for name, මෙතන label for gender, මෙතන label for district. How they write label for name outside the tag name, label for gender outside the tag gender, label for district outside the tag district. That's how it should be, Balo. A label for name outside the tag name, label for gender outside the tag gender, label for district outside the tag district. Are we very clear here? Yes, right? Fine, fully fine. Clear, right? Then kids, let's move to next one. Then kids, H means H means okay. What is H, Lama? What is H? What is the most suitable one? What is H? It's select option, right? Am I correct? It's what is the best one for H? Selecting, right? Isn't it? Yeah. What is the best one for H, kids? Select. Now, please, what? Know how to write this as select name. Okay, district. ID equals district. Option value Colombo. Option value Gampa. Okay, option value Khalutara. Okay, then Khalutara will be available outside. Okay, fine. Then HLB was what, kids? Select. HLB also select. Select again patanga to select him. And lamai me sometimes you write here what select to do something, right? Am I correct? What is the reason of in what kind of scenarios like you write here select to do something, kids? For example, just assume lamai Gampa is on the top. You have created as Colombo culture, Gampa culture, but Gampa is at the top. So then lamai you go to what option value Gampa and you write here selected. With selected then it's what simple. The answer come. Yeah, that's the difference. And Lama, yeah, for example, just assume by default they have selected gender kila Lama. So for example, let's assume they have selected male. So how are we indicating that? If they have selected male kids, how are we going to indicate that? Yes, kids. If they are selected male, how are we going to indicate that? Like they have selected male. So what do you write is input type, yes. You can write checked. That's a good one. Yeah, you can write checked. Yes, yes. You can write checked. That's how you should learn. That's how you should learn. So by default, Lamai, by default, when they're using that select option, yeah, if they're using select option, what is available on the top will be on a display. So I mean, by default, column will be displayed because that's available on the top. But just assume Lamai, they're specifically saying Gampa is at the top means then you should go to option value Gampa and you should write uh, selected here. Yes. Then Lama once I'm label for email, email. So this is what is displayed outside the this is what is displayed on the web browser. මේක තමයි ළමයි ලස්සනට web browser එකේ. This is what is displayed on the web browser. And yes, for this we are creating a link, and this link is what joined with whatever the box, like whatever the input type which is available. So email, and yeah, then only like what happens like these things will be placed what luster like they'll be placed like that. Yeah, if you use those label things only, they'll be what plays nicely with equal indents and all those things. Yeah, it'll be really what nice. If not, you can use div thing as well. Yeah, that's the exact purpose of using this label command. Like label command ensures the integrity in a form. Yeah, integrity ka කියන්නේ it's like okay, this is given for this, this is given for this, like a kind of an integrity. අර දෙපැත්තට පොඩි integrity එක. If not, it will be jumbled. Ni. So we when that what label thing, like label, what does label thing is? You see it as you should see it as a chain. It joins what this text and the respective text box or whatever the input type. This is how you should learn now. Then I input type it's email, name email, fine. Then input type, yes, kids, we have another after two BRs, we have another input type. What's that? Is it checkbox? Yes, it's checkbox and no space in between checkbox. Label for okay, then we have a label for newsletter, subscribe for newsletter, okay, then label close, double BR. Input type, yes, kids, what is it? What is J? What is the best thing for J kids? Value submit means obvious input type will be submit, right? It's a submit button. Okay, then form is over. Okay, break. Then whatever GPG, alter, L. Okay. So Lamai, we have an image, something. Is it image? Ah, okay, we have an image. So it's IMG, right? IMG SRC. Both given at the same. I was like, okay, worried. So I don't know how much they have given. Yeah, they have given advance. They have given K. Yeah, it's IMG SRC. IMG is the element of the tag, and SRC is the attribute. Yeah, IMG is the element of the tag. So can you guys remember? Can you guys remember the three components of HTML tag? So can you guys remember the components of HTML tag? So we have what? When it comes to an HTML tag, can you guys remember the components? For example, like if it's yeah, font color red, font color equals red, yeah, something like this. Font color equals red. Okay, so like if you consider this entire thing, what do you call it? What do you call it? This entire thing, font color equals red, what do you call it? What do you call it? So this entire thing, what do you call? Font color equals red. Entire thing, we call it the HTML tag. And what is this font thing? What do you call it? This font thing?
Element.
Okay, you can call it the element. Yes, element means it is the name of
Name
the
of
tag.
the tag.
Yes, very good. So you can call it the name of the tag. And what about this color thing? What is this color? What do you call it?
Attribute.
Yeah, we can call it the attribute. And what does attribute means? What does it means?
It's defined element.
Yeah, it defines the like the characteristic. Yes. What about red? What about this red thing? It's the
Value.
value. Yes. So likewise here we have what? In this example, we have img src. So img would be what? What would be the img? IMG in this example, IMG means
Element.
it's the element, the name of the tag. Then SRC means source. What is it? What is it? It's the
Attribute.
attribute. Then what about this one?
That's the value.
Yeah, that's the value. And I have taught in a what? In a single HTML tag. Yes, in a single HTML tag. Okay, remember in a single HTML tag, there could be only one element, but there could be what? Multiple
Attributes.
attributes. So here we have multiple attributes or not? Yeah, we have multiple attributes. So uh, element is obviously what? IMG. And the first attribute is what? Source. And the value of source is what? HTTPS. Okay, then what is the second attribute? What is second attribute?
Title.
Title. And the value of that will be what? Only available here. And remember, always inside the tag, value will be displayed through what? Value will be displayed through inverted commas. Inverted commas. So remember these things. Remember these things. If you know these things, even like everything will be very clear. So for example, you have what? Font. You have font color. You have font color equals red. Fine. Font color equals red. And once again to the same tag you can write size equals what? 14 px. So fully this is an HTML tag. Yes. The element is font. Yes. It contains what? Two attributes. First one is color, second one is size. Yes. And two values. Yes. Color. Yeah. Color is red and size is 14 px. Understand the logic? If you know the logic, these things will not be a magic for you. So it's INGSRC. Okay, the value will come here. Then once again attribute title. And what goes to n? What goes to n? Title. What will be the title? Yeah, what is the name of this? Yeah, what is the name of this? Whatever the photo. Is it WPE logo? Is it WPE? Yeah, it's WPE logo, right? Yeah, the most, yeah, it's W. The under end you can write WPE logo. And Lama, yes. Sorry. Whatever. Maybe N name is, sorry, not N. Yeah, L. So once again, yeah. So next one is anchor tag, Lama, sorry, once again. So it's K is what IMGSRC, then yeah, WP logo, JPG, then alt means alternate text. Yes, what will be displayed Lama? WPE logo something. Yes, then we have again the width and the height Lamine. Then next A. Sorry, M means what Lamine? A href. A means anchor tag. Href means hyperreference. Then you have the title. Yes, the title is what? What would be the title, kids? What is the most suitable one? Yeah, what is the most suitable for in Laman? In what would it be? Action, no. HREF done. Okay, caption. keep. Yes. Yeah, what is the most one? Is it kids title Mahathir Niki. Have they given something? They have not given anything down as well, right? It's Western Province. Okay, Western Province environment. Okay, so this is a hyperlink. Like it's AHREF HTTPS. Okay, so the link will be available here, and it's placed on Western Province environment. And what about the title? What is more suitable for title, kids? Yeah, you can go to more details on right. Yeah, you can go to what title equals more details. Like I mean, it's practical, right? Because after whatever the formula my formula yeah, after a form down a link will be available. Why why would they give a link llama to provide more details, right? To provide more details. I think yeah. So the title, the most suitable title one will be more details. Yes, the most suitable one will be title. I mean, more details. Yes. The most suitable one will be what ළමයි more details, more details. ඒක තමයි ගැලපෙන්නේ. ඒක හේතුව ළමයි logical if you think ළමයි okay once again if I start explaining you all from these what first of all erase this part. If I if I'm gonna what explain from K part ළමයි ne first of all there is what IMG SRC. Okay, you have the IMG SRC fine. Clear other things as well. Yeah, here, maybe first of all, you have an image. Along with the image, beside the image, or what image you have a link, a hyperlink. Hyperlinks are indicated through a kind of underline. Yes. Then yeah, you come here. Don't be afraid, kids. So K means Lamai. It's IMGSRC. Then it's the WP logo JPG. ALT means alternate, which means, for example, due to some reason, let's assume the image is not being displayed. So can you let me know some reasons where image is not being displayed? Like sometimes, yes, the image will be not displayed. Then what is available in this alternate? Usually text will be only available. Uh, that will be kind of displayed. Yes, what's that? What comes under alternate? Sorry. Once again, what comes under alternate? Yes, Lama, what comes under alternate is if the image is not being displayed, alternate ke din ke not display any. But what I'm trying to ask is, what are the occasions where a image will not be displayed? Yes, what are the occasions? At what occasions? When there is what? When there is when there is less connection. Yes, when there is less connection, when the bandwidth is low, Lama. So like when the image is being corrupted, yes, those are some reasons which leads to what? Not display a particular image. I can remember in one of the years it was tested. So no less connection or no connection, then kids even that's a reason. What is it? Image being corrupted. Yes. Then kids no BR because what same line only the what link is available. Then it's what AHREF HTTPS fine. Under title, am I? What comes? What comes the title? Yeah, more details. Then outside the tag, yes, we have the content which will be displayed on the web page, which is our Western Province environment. So are we clear there? Are you fully clear? Yes, right. So shall we go to the next one? Okay, part C. Let's go to part C, Lama. Let's finish it very quickly. The action page dot PHP file mentioned in the above. Okay, okay, okay. 1.2. Okay, shown below. Okay. So what about this part? What do you call these? What make a monoside? Yeah, is it client side or server side? This side? What side is it? Client side or server side? Yeah, client. Obvious. Uh, Client or server? Server client levels. PHP means it's server side, right? Which side is it? It's server side. Or else, when it comes to what? When it when it comes to the real world, okay, we have what? Client side scripting languages and what are two types of scripting languages we have? Client side and server side. So kids, what are the examples of client side? Examples of client side scripting languages, Lama? HTML, what else? And CSS. What about server side? What is available in server side? Alright, alright. So kids, yeah, what are server side languages available? What are server side languages available, Lama? Yeah, PHP. Yes, we have what mainly what you guys learn is PHP. So client side scripting languages can Lama simply client side scripting languages can these are scripting languages which is visible, which is what which is visible to the main user Lama. Yes, which is visible to the user. Server side means which is not visible to the user. Yes. So when it comes to PHP code, what you should do, what you should know is Lama, this is server side, which means clients are what? Clients are unaware of this side. Only the people who develop it, the server side එක හදන අය ඉන්නවනේ. එයා විතරයි මේක පේන්නේ වෙන කාටවත් පේන්නේ නැහැ. No one sees it. No. No one else sees ළමයි. මේක වෙන කවුරුත් දකින්නේ නැහැ. මේක දකින්නේ කවුද? Only the developer. The person who is what developing the PHP code. Yeah. So this is server side. So what customers see is client side level. So customer දකින්නේ මෙන්න මේක. මේ this is the client side. Yes, this is the මේක තමයි client side. So this is client side level. And client side scripting languages can these are scripting languages which are used to what? Which are used to create web pages. So which are used to create content which is displayed by the users. Customers oh, web page use करना ही नहीं लगा. Those buggers can only what? Those buggers can only see this and uh, to create web content which is visible to customers, so clients, yes, we use client-side scripting languages, example HTML and CSS. Next one, kids. Yeah, it's HTML and CSS. When it comes to server-side scripting languages, means like they are simply what? Scripting language, once again, used to design like server side software. It's not visible to the what clients. Now the problem is kids. Now Lamite method confusion like the students get confused here due to one reason. Due to one reason. The reason for that is Lamite like students get confused with PHPs. Like they have I mean in PHP they only provide the code Lamite. How this is being displayed. No, they won't show that. Lamite, to be honest. This is the HTML code and how this code is being displayed is only available here. Likewise, Lamai, this is the PHP code, but no one indicates. Oh, in your syllabus, they don't show how this is being displayed. Okay, fine, it's not visible to the what? It's not visible to the user. But still, even if you run these, a kind of something will be displayed, Lamai. The problem in your syllabus is they are not displayed this. So that makes students very confusing. So to be honest, Lamai, this is the HTML code along with no CSS, right? So this is the HTML code. This is the HTML code, and these indicate how the content should be displayed on the web page, and it's displayed like this, and only clients can see it. On client means like Only the outside people can see it. And this is the PHP code which is used for server-side scripting language, and this is used to what? Create the server-side portfolio. But in your syllabus, they are usually not like asking someone like they are not graphically representing it. Now did you all understood, Lama? Now did you get what I'm trying to say? Is right? Can you guys let me know in the chat portal as well, in the YouTube chat portal? Like many were requesting the way YouTube, sorry, Zoom link, Lama. Yeah, due to some what reasons, I'm not sharing the Zoom link. You guys can what ask doubts, do anything what related to the session through the YouTube live, Lama. Yeah. Yeah. So you can ask doubts and you can what clarify your doubts. You can do that in the meeting chat, and the meeting chat is open for. Yeah. All right. And sorry for the inconvenience post, Lama, for not what sharing the Zoom link, but you can what access. You have the same privileges using the YouTube live as well. No privileges has been cut off. All right. So kids, now shall we go to PHP, because like what I want to do is like a lot of students think PHP is difficult. So let's 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 like what crush PHP. Let's crush PHP. Now, did you guys get a fundamental idea? Did you guys get a fundamental idea here? Fundamental idea కావాలని you guys got right. Okay, so shall we move to PHP part? So Lamai, okay, you start from PHP, okay. Then we have dollar server name. So dollar server names means it's a what, kids? Dollar server name means what? It's a variable, and what's assigned to that? Okay, localhost. Then use dollar username, root, password, no password. What is the name of the database? Environment. Fine, 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 fine. So there is a database called what? There is a database called what, kids? Uh, then root, username, password, blah blah blah. DB name, environment. Okay. So method name lamai me. Like what happens here is, kids, like defining the, or as like it's like so Hagan kids, what happens here? What happens here? Method name kids, method name yeah. Uh, it's not creating a connection. Method you're like kind of defining. You're defining the connection. You're like built in the connection. That's what happens here. Like here what happens is now like you're defining the connection. This is this. Ooh la la, that's what. Huh? Server name na localhost. Here we are kind of defining the connection. I can remember even yesterday there was a nice treasure in the group la. So this is used to like the PHP connection is being defined. Yeah, or built here. Like. It's built here. It's not, I mean, it's not like creating a connection, like it's like defining the connection. Something like this. This. Okay. Then what you're doing is okay, you create a connection. Okay, fine. Now let's what? Let's create a connection. Okay. Then what you do is MySQLi. Okay, new MySQLi. That's the command. That's the command. That's the command. That's the command which is used to create a connection. So here what you do is you just what? Like define it. You define what? You define four variables, and yes, what you want to link, you add it there. So server name equals localhost, okay? Username equals root, password, blah blah. No password. There's a variable called database, and to that you assign what? Environment. So here what happens is, kids, here nothing, but what happens, kids? Here what happens? Here what happens is, you are what? You are defining the connection. On one side, you are creating what you should know is these are variable names. These are variable names. Everything in variable names. And you are defining, and then you are what? Holding the connection. Sorry. Yeah, you're creating the connection. You're not, you're creating it. So what you do is dollar count. Okay, once again a variable. And my is scale. Okay, now here you connect. Okay, now here you what? Create the connection. Dollar server name, dollar username, dollar password, dollar DB name. Then me what? Me what respective them and other values them. Then oh yeah, the created connection will be what? Assigned to dollar count. Then my dollar name equals okay, dollar name equals fine. Dollar post, okay. I told you, right? Cannot remember like this dollar, like the post, yeah, all these things are what used to retrieve data, right? So dollar, yeah. So here there is a variable called dollar name. On the balanda kids. Here there is a variable called what kids? Here command kids. Here there is a variable called dollar name. I'll write it here. Then it will be really nice. Okay. Command kids like it's so interesting. So yeah, here we have in PHP we have a variable called dollar name. Dollar name equals balanda kids. Dollar name equals dollar post something like this. So what's indicated here? Lama, this is something really important. Here we are retrieving the data. Are they asking the purpose, right? Yeah. So what happens is here we are retrieving the data from where? From server side. So Lama ini cannot remember. I told you all when user input a what? For example, let's assume Lama, I'm inputting my name here. Let's assume I'm inputting able. Right. Let's say I'm inputting able bright or something. Yeah. Then what happens is Lama, when I input able bright, that able bright thing will be assigned to this what variable name. It will be assigned to this variable name. Yeah, the name can get assigned it. It will be assigned to this variable name. So yeah, now name will be able bright. And using post method, now it's what? Assigned to a variable in PHP site. Cool once again. Hope it's very clear. And next one is what kids. So it's so interesting. So the next one would be like should be capable of right. Let's assume, okay, in this side you create a variable called dollar geo, method na dollar gender. Any variable you create, okay, any variable you create, I don't care, and equals dollar something like this, post, post, and lamai, and yes. And now, for example, let's assume lamai, I'm inserting mail here. So when I'm inserting mail, what happens is, what will be triggered? Input type, yeah, like input type radio. This one will be triggered now. What I selected is what? Yeah, in gender I selected male. So then what happens is, onna balanna kids, onna balanna මොකද්ද වෙන්නේ කියලා ලස්සන එකක් මෙතන වෙනවා, ලස්සන එකක් වෙනවා. For example, let's assume kids, I'm selecting what? I'm selecting male as the gender. Then what happens is, like what is available inside ID? Male, right? Male කියන එක assign වෙනවා කාටද kids? Gender එකට. So that okay, now what's available inside gender? Male, right? Now this gender only what comes to this side and assigned to what? This one. A dollar post, is it a variable? No, dollar post, it's not a variable, right? Dollar post, it's not dollar post to be honest. It's what? Dollar underscore post. I mean, it's difficult. You can't say it's not a variable though. Yeah, 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 even that's a variable, but The thing is, as soon it's just that variable is only used. No, you can't. It's not a variable. But the thing is that variable is only used to extract the data from client side to server side. So to be honest, to be honest, to be honest, to be honest, now this is the client side. Look at my client side. This is the client side. This is what is coming from client side. Now that's assigned to a variable co-developers, which is once again assigned to what? PHP variable once again dollar gender. Now. Ultimately, what client inside to gender will be available what in this dollar gender thing. Hope it's very clear. So once again, if I move backwards, so for example, like if I move this name thing, lama, if I move to this name thing, it will be very clear for you. Like if I explain that part, Budak lama lama, you guys don't know what's actually happening here. So first of all, you write, yeah, you create the Haganki, I'll create it, I'll teach you very quickly. So lama, first of all, what you do is you create the HTML code. How are you gonna create it? How are you gonna create it? So you write a label for what? Label. Now what your label? The thing is now my what? Method key point like a name. Name is only outside the what? Text box. Yeah, that name colon is only available. Name colon is only available. Name colon. And okay, okay, label for for that you are labeling for name. Okay, label for name. Input type text. Now what do you do? Name. Name means what? Name means it's like the parameter. Okay, name equals okay. What is name? Like what do you insert inside the text box? Okay, fine. Fine. For example, uh, let's assume I'm inputting I'm inputting able bright. So what happens is so for name that able like the name which is the variable here. For that, what will happen? Able bright will be assigned. And that will be what sent to server side. And it's taken through post method and it's assigned to a server side variable, yeah, which is once again dollar name. Here it could be dollar name, it could be dollar n, anything, anything. Because dollar n when not put on, that's fine. Dollar n slash post. Then here you write the client, yeah, like the client side variable name, which is name. So inside what? Inside text box, so text boxes and radios and all those things, you write name. When name my name means like, it indicates the name of the variable which contains the data. What you insert. So in gender thing, once again, what you insert into this text box is only available is gender thing. Are we clear now? Yes, right? Then here it select once again name district. So what happens is what you select, what you select will be only going to this district, which will be what in return sent to it. Server side. Here once again. Once again, okay, email thing is available. Yeah, owner label thing don't just don't consider it. Okay, just keep it aside. Okay, you have email and input type email name equals email. For example, you write something for the email able right at gmail.com. Able right dot gmail.com. Able right dot gmail.com. Simple. So then that able right dot gmail.com is only assigned to this variable email, which will in return send what? Server side. Now are we clear? Now are we clear? Did that thing go to your brain? Did that thing go to your brain? The people who in the what YouTube, go whatever it is, yeah, just let me know. Yes, right? Did that thing go to your brain? That's how you retrieve the data. So we about dollar name. So what is available? Dollar name means what's available here. Okay, dollar name is okay. And what is this name? In that text box, you might have insert a name that will be available in what that variable, and it comes here. Then Lamai, you might have insert a gender there, male or female. I don't care. Yeah, that gender, the value you insert in that gender is available here, and that's assigned to this variable. Make us in gender, gender. These remember this gender and this gender is not what not same. Here, instead of writing gender, you can write G only. Once again, dollar district के बनाते हैं ना the what the thing is about the district you select is available here. Now that is what instead of this variable. Same as email. The email you put, it's available in this email variable, which is a what, which is a HTML variable, and that's once again taken and assigned what PHP variable email. Same thing for newsletter as well. Are we clear? Are we clear? Yes or no? That's all I'm asking. That's it. So here what you do is that you just retrieve data. And in Q what's happened? You're executing the query. You're executing the query. Exact question. I just saw it. I just exact question. I just thought. So it in yesterday's group. My group पे देखा ये. मैं प्रश्न थी. I was like thinking, new question. एक आध बात पास से प्रश्न. Then am I okay? Now there is a separate variable called $MySQL. And okay, and $MySQL, and this is being executed. Okay, insert into applications. Okay, now what? Which means there's a table called what? There's a table called what? Tell me. There's a table called applications. There's a table called applications, which consists of what? How many columns? How many columns will be available? One, two, three, four. Yeah. ஒன்று, ரெண்டு, மூன்று. See, நாலு. So here we have the name, gender, district, email, blah blah. Then values. Values. Now starts the what? Most important thing. So what was yeah? Now what's assigned to dollar name? Here kids, what's assigned to dollar name? Dollar name make it assigned. No, arapet the name make what? Tibbadi. So it was able bright, right? And what is the gender? Male. What's the district? Gampa. What's the email? Able, blah blah blah. Then yeah, what I insert into that newsletter thing, it will be also available. Now clear. And if this what, then what happens is, if this query went successfully, if dollar con query what, like here what you are doing is Lama, you are checking whether what the query you insert what is it what, is it applicable? If it's true, in Python Lama, true means yeah for I mean if it's like equal, how you insert is Lama triple equals. Then what will be a code? A code can Lama like if you see the word echo. If you see the word echo and anything which is available inside quotations after echo, a it will be displayed in the web browser. Yes. Now these things won't be displayed. These table, no. I mean, it will be not displayed in the web, or like the portal. Portal, like it will not be displayed. No. But it will automatically update the what? Database. It will automatically update the database. මේ පාට ඇතරලා පෙන්වන්න බෑනේ ඉතින්. ඔයාලගේ හිතේ මැවෙන්න ඕනේ. මේ part එක දැන් මේවා like when this is happening, yeah, like if this query is successfully executed, and if you go to what applicants table, yes, you will in yeah, there you will see my what data being inserted, but web page it will not be indicated in the web page. Yeah, if the query is correctly installed, it will be a code. A code means kind of similar to printed, and all what is available inside quotations after the word echo will be printed as it is. So what will be printed? Data insert successfully. Fine. And if it's not, if it's false, if there's an issue, what will be printed? Echo. And first of all, this thing will be printed. This thing will be printed. Just what's that? So first of all, error thing will be printed. So I told you all now what is available inside the what quotation. Likewise, it will be printed. Error with a space. Then this is concatenation and what that query. What you insert to $SQL. This entire thing insert into applicants. Blah 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 blah. That will be over printed. And once again, it will be concatenated. And BR means the my next line. Then yeah, they'll write the error. What is there? That dollar con error. Yeah. Yeah, me dollar con means la my me like that earlier connection you built. Yeah, dollar con. Yeah, query. What is the query? It's in dollar SQL, and if it's successful, which equals to true, data insert successful. If not, no, no. Are we fully clear? Yes or no? Is PHP clear for y'all? Let me know in the chat portal, kids. Yes. Is that very clear for y'all? I need a clear response from the students or in the WhatsApp lecture. So clear, right? Now did y'all got an overview, like overview? Hope you guys know what's an overview. Yes, right? So I was like talking about client side scripting languages, and I was talking about what? Client side scripting languages and server side scripting languages, right? One side I had client side, next side I had what? I had what? Server side. Client side scripting languages is to what? Build web pages which is visible to clients. Server side scripting languages is used to what? Build web pages which is not visible by clients, but it's only visible to what? Programmers. Visible means in the sense of they feel it. Now this is what? This is HTML code which is used to what? Create this, which will be visible to user. This is the PHP code which is used to create server-side scripting language, which is not visible for clients. So that what table thing will be created, to that data will be inserted. Clients won't see it, but server-side people will. Yeah, they can see it after going to the whatever the database, whatever it is. Now clear, am I? Now clear, right? Yeah, for example, once again, let's take this email thing for final example. Yeah, label for email. Yeah, which means like for example, if let's take only this part now, you'll understand it very well, very well. So for yeah, label for email thing, first of all, what is available outside the tag is email dot. Yeah, first of all, what will be created is email what colon. Then there's a what? There's the input type email. Input type email means the text box will be created. Yeah, to write a email. Then the key point is now the key point is now this email is what? एक link करा दी ना लमा label for what? Label for email, which means okay mean lama like what actually happens is lama it connects this one and this one. ये वही करता है very done and I don't think about too much. What happens there is it connects like this label for and label for email. Yeah, like how are you labeling it as email? So inside what input type email, underneath you write what email, which means what like the connection is being built. Lamai. Hope you guys understood that. Are we clear, kids? No, just first of all forget this label thing. You have email and you have input type email. Fine. And kids, then you have what? Then you have the label thing. Okay. So this email is what? For example, this email is okay. Let's assume this email is what? Tagged with E. This email is tagged with E. Then you write your name equals not email. E. ඔතන එන්නේ ළමයි. ඔතන වෙන්නේ like it's like a tag එකක්. It's a tag, to be honest. And for example, if I write an email, what type? Okay, let's assume okay, let's create it more in a more interesting manner. I'll write Lamai label for what? Okay, label. for, all right, E. All right, label for equals E. I'll what? Make it water for you. Label for E. And inside I'll write email, okay? Then close the label tag. Then I open input type. Input type equals email. Fine, you guys know it, ne? Input type equals email. Okay, fine, no issue. And on the back end, this is the most important thing, huh? And name equals. Now, how is it labeled, Lamai? Name equals C. And let me tell you something interesting. And there's a variable now created in the what? First of all, on the web page, this will be displayed, okay? And separate lamai, a variable call is being created. Ah, interesting. And okay, let's assume I write able something. And that able thing is now available inside what? This variable E. How about that for a fact? How about that for a fact? No, I'm gonna retrieve it for the server side. How am I gonna do it? Create a separate variable. Ah, you guys let me know the name of variable. Yeah, tell me a name of variable, something which can be used in now these all these things are happening on the client side. Yeah? Just tell me a server side name, variable name, trains some name, okay. And how am I taking it? Dollar underscore post edu. Okay. Let's take it as edu. Dollar edu, nice one. And yeah, you use post. And now now my what have I inserted? The email is available in e. So what do you use it? E. Now if I want what? If I want to do anything, yeah, anything now in the server side, I should use dollar edu. I can what? I can echo once again. I can add down. I can write what? Echo edu. So you should feel it now. Now you have feel it. Now how it's happening. You will feel how this thing is happening. If I want, I can just what? Print it here. Yeah, I can just print it here. Fully understood, right? And the next important thing is how the connection is built and this thing. Like, first of all, here what is happening is now we are like defining. Okay, define the connection. Giving four variables and dividing them. Then you are creating a connection using MySQL. MySQL means you are calling that. I mean, like it's like your database से what join करना. You are joining what? You are joining PHP and database, creating a connection. HR, that's it. Done and dusted and dusted and done. I don't care. Okay, about anything else. It's done and dusted. So P means I'm retrieving data. Q means what? Execution of the query. So P means what? Retrieving of data from server side, from client side to server side. In Q, what's happening? Execution of the query. Are you very clear? Who is saying these things are difficult? So shall I do a Python? Oh, interesting. Next, shall I do this Python? Okay. First, I'll read the question first of all. Let's do the Python one. Yeah, let's do the Python answer. Let's do it. Let's do it. Write down the most suitable replacement from labels A to G in the following flowchart, which is drawn to calculate and display the sum of first 10 even numbers. Okay, like we are required to calculate the sum of first 10 even numbers. Mhm. Fine, fine. So it's very simple, right? I don't know why this paper they call this paper difficult. Very easy. So shall we start it, Lama? Once again, as I'm always saying, Lama, before doing these things, what you should know is what. What you should know. What should you all know? What should you all know is the purpose of the code. So they are given the purpose, like, calculate and display the sum of first and even numbers. For sum of first and even numbers. And Lama, they're just asking us to do a algorithm. Algorithm में करना create करना क्या है? There are two ways of creating algorithms. First one is what is the first one? Flowcharts. Then you have pseudocodes. Sum equals zero, count equals zero. So yeah, now I'm gonna delegate the authority. So what is the answer for A, B, C, D, E, F, G? What is A?
A is no.
So why no? Why here no?
Okay. Yeah, they are asking to print the total of first even number. So if the count is that should be added to the sum. So they are first of all they're checking the count. If the count is even only, we should add to the sum. Therefore, like you can assume that the C they are like adding to the sum. So A
Yeah,
is
which
no.
means which means like here no input is taken in, right? So it's not what it's not they're not asking to create a code for us to input 10 numbers and to check the even numbers from those 10 numbers and add it to some. No, they are not asking to do something like that, right? No, they are not
Yeah.
asking to do something like that. So I mean, simply they are not asking to do something like what? They're not asking us to input. They are not asking us to input 10 numbers. They are just saying what? There is by default there is a count and it's getting incremented by what? 1 1 1 1 1. And the occasions where the value of the count is an even number, they are asking us to add it to the
Sum.
sum. Or else, like if we be more practical, it starts from what? Zero and count will go what? Until first 10 means what? Display the sum of first 10 even numbers. Which first 10, okay, anyway, like count should go like this, right? Count, yeah, it goes like this. And then what will happen? Only what will be selected.
Count with even
On,
number.
yes, so it's one, but it's not. I think now I feel it's not that much of easy. It's a bit tricky. It's a bit tricky. It's a bit tricky. It's a bit tricky though. It's not easy. 30, 40, 50, 60, 17, 18, and yeah, 19. And let's see whether it's going to 20 or not. Alright. So, first of all, yeah, count. Okay, is count even? A means what? No. So, why I'm saying it's no once again? Because here there is a statement called C, right? So, what about B then? What about B?
Yes.
Yes. And if it's yes, what happens?
Therefore, the sum we are count sum equal to sum plus count.
Yes, sum equals sum plus count. Sum equals sum plus count. And finally, count added. And then what do you check? There's a nice. Then first of all, D means what? What about
It
D?
depends on the decisions.
Yeah, it depends on the decision. Perfect. So, what shall I put here?
Yes.
Yes. Yes or no? Which one is more easier? Let's assume yes. Okay, let's if you assume yes, what happens? Then F will be no.
No.
Then what is the decision? Anyway, G will be what? Print
Print
or display
output
sum.
sum.
Yeah, right. It's better to write output sum. Now the $1,000,000 question is, what will be E?
Count should be less than 20. If count is less than 20.
D is yes, right? So count should be less than 20. Question mark is දාන්න අනිවාර්යෙන් is කියන එකක් දාන්න kids. So first of all, zero, is it even number or odd number?
Even number.
Zero, is it even number or odd number?
Even number.
Yeah, okay. Okay, good, good, good. Why zero is an even number?
Divided by zero. Modulus not is zero.
Yeah, obviously, zero is an, yeah, that's the reason. I mean, what is an even number to be honest? Even number means like when you divide it by 2, the remainder will be 0, right? If you divide 2 by 2, yes, what is the remainder? 0. So
Zero.
it's a what number? Even number. If you divide 4 by 2, what is the remainder? 0. Once again, it's a what number? Even number. Likewise, if you divide 0 by 2, what is the remainder? 0. You can't divide by 2, so remaining is how much? 0. So it's a what number? Even number. Which means you take 0, you take 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. ඒ කියන්නේ 1යි 2යි 3යි 4යි 5යි 6යි 7යි 8යි 9යි and 10යි. Which means can you take 20? Can you take 20?
Count should be more than 20.
Yeah.
1, 2,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So can you take 20? No. No. So the moment it's okay. And for more precautionary purpose, you can write it what? Even if you write 25. It's gone. No, even if you write 20, fine. But ළමෙක්ට තවත් පොඩ්ඩක් බය වගේ නම් that one can write what? His count is less than how much? 90.
90.
That's it. Simple. 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 So let's move on to next Python thing. What is the output of the following Python code? Okay. There is an okay, there is a function. Fine, 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 fine. So what is the function to be honest? What is
It's a
the function?
predefined code.
It's a predefined code, yes, to achieve a particular task. Yes, it's a predefined code once again to achieve a particular what? Task. And why are we using the word def?
To define a function.
Perfect. To define a function. And yes, a lot of students get confused with this word fun. What is this fun?
Name of the function.
The name of the function. And should it always be fun?
No, it can be any name.
Yeah, it can be any name. Yes. And if you call this function fun, we should, I mean, we should want, if you, when you're, like, if you name it as fun, when you're calling it, we should use by this name as, well,
Hmm.
what about this n? What is this n?
Parameter.
What is the parameter? It's like a variable, right? It's like what? Variable. Yeah, it's like a variable. Fine. And now this is the most important thing. When we are calling this function, can we insert unlimited inputs to the at once? Like Can I open this function like this, like fun, and can I write 20, 30, 40, 50? Can I do like that? It's not possible. Why is it not possible? Because we have only how many parameters or variables?
One.
One. So if there is only one variable, we should call it by only inserting what value?
One
One
way.
value. Yeah. I mean, if you want to get unlimited inputs, then there is a method of creating the function. What's that way? You can write def fun and what?
Multiple way.
Or else you can, how are you going to indicate it? Using what mark?
Asterisk mark.
Asterisk mark. So if you insert asterisk mark, you can call the function once again by the name and you can insert multiple values at the same time. Yes. And sometimes you can create functions. I mean, or else
Without
we can
defining a parameter.
without without parameters. In such a occasion, you can just call the function by its name without inserting a data or value or whatever it is. Or if the same function was def fun something like this, if it's def fun something like this, you are just calling it by fun. No need what parameter needs. Sorry, no need what values or whatever it is. So, but since here we have one parameter, when we are calling it, we should insert only one value. Okay, fine. And what is the most important thing? The most important thing we should know is, yes, this is the what? This is the function. Now, how to how to separate the function and the real code, like the real time code and the function, how to separate it?
Always function are input.
Yes, the all what is indicated inside the what function will be available as indent.
Input.
Super, super, super. Good, fine, all fine. Okay, now this part is done. Now we are calling the what function. Okay, fine. And what are we doing? We are inserting the value
30.
30 to n.
34.
Yeah, so n is 30. Okay, now there is my number. What is meant by this? My number. What is meant by this?
A number is a variable and it's a list.
Okay, my number. There is a variable called my number, and there is a what list? Normal list or null list?
A null list.
Okay, a null list. What is a null list? A list with no values in it. Fine, fully fine. For I in range, okay, now there is a loop. A separate code is available inside. For I in range, 4 comma n plus 1. Now how much is n?
30.
30. So 30 plus 1 is
31.
31, which means this loop will go from where? From
Star
4. Yeah, okay. Starting value
4.
is,
4 length before 31. Which means length at 30.
yes, which means yeah, the periodically the value of I will be from 4, I mean 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 until it reaches 30. Okay. Now what is the first value of I then? First of all, I will be
So
4. And if I divide by 2, if the remainder is equal to 0, like modulus means remainder. So I divide by 2, yes. Simply what are they doing? What are they doing? They are checking whether it's a what number
even number or not. It's
or not.
even number.
Yeah, they are checking whether it's even number or not. So if it's an even number, then what happens? If it's yes,
We're gonna append it to the list. We're gonna add
append
back
means
to
what?
it.
I will be adding back to the list. So yes. What is the first type? 4, right? So 4 will be append to the list.
My number.
Yes, my number. Then you come out of if statement, you go to next I. How much is the next I? 5. 5 divided by 2 is the remainder 0. No. You go to the next I, which is 6. And 6 divided by 2 is the remainder 0. Yes. And append means what? You add to the back. So what will it be? 4 comma? Is it 4, 6 or 4 comma 6?
So commas.
Yes, because it's a list and by default they'll be separated through commas. Yes. And now no need to once again now what are they asking? What is the output? Now do we need to what execute this over and over again?
No need if you know the
No need
purpose.
to. What is the final output? I mean, what is the purpose? To be honest, what is the purpose of this whatever the function?
To print the even numbers starting from yeah, between 4 and
Yeah,
31.
you can starting from
30.
4 to
30.
30, right?
Right.
Yes. So the function of these now many students will try to what rotate this loop for around 15 to what I mean not 15, you should rotate 30 around 26, 25 times. No need to do like that. And you know the one like that's what I always say in Python. The most important thing is knowing about the what, object. If you know the object of the code, Python is so easy. So it will be 4 comma 6, then what else? 8. Just print the even number. I mean, just include the even numbers inside the list. Make sure it's available on the like behind level. 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, and 28, and 30. Fully fine. Fully fine. Fully fine. Fully fine. Fully fine. And if they ask the purpose, we can write yes. I mean, what if they ask the general purpose? What if they ask the general purpose? How can we write the general purpose? So the general purpose is the user is what? Allowed to call the function by inserting a particular value. And what will happen inside? They will include all the even numbers up to the what? Value we insert in a what? From 4 in a list. So what happens is, now mind the general function would be what? Really too much, but uh, they indicates what? Indicates the even numbers as a list from 4 until the value insert to the function. So here they are giving until 30 because we inserted 30. If we insert 10, they'll give only up to what? 10 indicates the even numbers as a list from 4 until the value we insert to the function. That's the general what purpose. My dear students, are we perfectly clear? Is Python difficult? Tell me in the portal. Is it difficult? Is it difficult, kids? We don't even feel it, right? Let me know in the chat portal. Okay, nice. Nice. Let's go next one. Write down output of the following Python code when conditions if okay, okay. Okay, instead of the condition if I modulus 2 double equals 0 is changed to something like this, then what would be the output?
Odd
What would be the
numbers
output?
will be printed. Odd numbers
Yeah,
starting
yeah.
from 4, ending before 31. 4 to 30.
Yeah, yes, yes. Method, there is only single equal, right?
Single. Mm. So,
Ah, no. No, no, no. Put it in. Put it in. Put it. Method
mm.
not equal to the method. It's not visible.
Yeah, not equal. No?
Not equal. It's not equal, right?
Yeah.
So if it's, yeah, as you said, if it's not equal, what is it? Sure, right?
Odd numbers will be printed.
Yeah, not equal ke liye sure na because method na mata pain na. You guys might have original thing. It sounds not equal. Yeah. Yes, if it's not equal, what will be printed?
The odd
As
number.
mentioned, yeah, the odd numbers will be printed. Yeah, the odd numbers will be printed. Or printed the odd numbers of the, yeah, odd numbers from where? 4 to 30 will be printed. 4 to 30, yes. Fine. Very easy. So you can write Lamai. If they were change like I divide by 2, it's like that Budwa mark Lamai. Exclamation mark. Yeah. Not equals to. Yeah. Fine, fine, fine. Interesting. It's not even not a Munamar. Yeah, Amar. Write down the replacement for the labels of the following Python code, okay, which has been to what? Find the largest of the set of integers. Once again, a function. I think in this year also they might what? Go with no, I won't say anything about this year's papers because they're really easy. They are created what? Not for A-level students, but for me scholarship students, not for y'all. I think it's given what? Fail as a mistake, or like they are what? Either they have changed the lecturing panel, and the lecturing panel is thinking that you guys are still what? Doing O levels, and the only thing what they are testing in these papers is whether you know English or not. I'm hopefully waiting for the what? Business studies paper. I'm waiting for the BS paper, especially the fill in the blanks. I'm so into it. මම බලන්න හරි කැමති මේ පාර BS paper එක බලන්න. තියෙදන who is a customer? What are the out of the following, which of the following is not a business ethic? Huh? Select the internal environment factors. What is a resource? Even done na pa. Huge paragraph giving and what? Select the number of resources available. Wait and see. Nice paper will come for BS. Yeah, I think the one thing they have done is they have changed the language translator they are using this time. This time I think they are using a different language translator. They are using an AI software, I think, Grammarly or something, because they'll translate it from Tamil or Sinhala to English, and now they are what kind of paraphrasing it. Look at. That's why this time what papers are easy as well as lengthy. It's time consuming but easy. So come here, man. Write down the replacement. Okay, fine, fine, fine. Once again, functions I won't re-explain because you already explained it. So yeah, what is the name of this function by the way?
Find largest.
Find largest. And yes, find largest. And all what is indented is available inside the whatever the function. Then the real code starts from here. Uh-huh. And there is a what? They have created a variable called what? List
List
one.
one.
And they have indicated these values there, right? 4, 6, 24, 12, blah, blah. All these things are available. Now they are calling the what? Function. And what should be under F? That is the most suitable for F. The name of the list, right? So what is the name of the list which is created?
List one.
Okay, list one. Then list one, then list one goes and yeah. So once again, to be honest, what happens here? There's a variable called list one, and we are assigning a what list to this variable, and we are calling the function, and the list which is available in list one is assigned to where?
My list.
My list. Now, what the hell is available inside my list?
List one.
So what's available in list one? 4,
4, 6, 24, 12, 8, 94, and 22.
2, 12, 8. Ha. එතකොට then what happens? Then fine. Then inside also there is what? Variable called
Largest.
largest. Yes. And largest will be okay. We should assign it, right? What is the best thing to assume as the largest? What is the
0.
best thing? So yes, if you should write not just zero, you should write my list. You should write the index, right? Something like this. Why my list? Because that's the name of the list, and you should indicate as a zeroth index. So what is meant by this? We are creating a variable called largest, and we are assigning what? We are assigning the value which is available in the zeroth index to largest, right? So what is available in the zeroth index, by the way? Is it 4? Now largest will be how much?
4.
4, right? So once again, there is the list called my. There is a list. This is the list, and it's assigned to my list. And what are we gonna do is you go to zeroth index, and what's available in the zeroth index? 4. That's assigned to what? Largest. Now largest will be 4. Then for I in B. Okay, I in B. So B should be what?
My list.
Yes, my list. So what is meant by that? What is meant by when writing what? When writing the name of the variable, make sure you write it what as available, right? So what if we write like my M in capital? Will it be correct or wrong?
Wrong.
Why? Because Python is
Case
case sensitive,
sensitive.
right? As it is. So you write capital, you won't get marks. Me wage mistakes doing and coming home and telling mother and father, okay, I did the exam, what? Ummi what? இன்னைக்கு ஒரு பொரி எல்லாரும் வாங்கினது always welcome you killer. You guys will go to home and yeah, give more and more what? Unnecessary expectations to your parents and teachers and everyone. Yes. Hmm. And you guys will say, today what? Today examiner what? Today this time இன்னைக்கு தான் examiner will learn ICT from my paper. ஆனால் results out of us say, you'll be like, Peter कोई हरी वेरा दिया. Yeah, you guys will act like that only. So don't make silly mistakes. Don't make silly mistakes. Don't make silly mistakes. Yeah, hope everything is very clear for you. So Ramai me, yeah. So I in my, yeah, I mean, obviously can cut marks. I mean, Ramai, even if I write capital, yeah, you won't get marks. So I in my list means Ramai, periodically each item in my list will be assigned to I. So what is the first I? 4. You check whether then I, which is 4, is greater than what? What should be C? What should be C?
Largest.
Mm, mm,
Um,
yeah, largest, right? It's the largest. And that too also we should write appropriately, largest. You check whether I is what greater than largest and largest and make sure to write the what? Write what? Colon as well. Because they have not given the colon. The other colon then only kids. Largest colon. Then yeah, I mean if I is greater than C, what happens? What is available inside what? I will be assigned to largest. Then D will be what? I.
uh,
Then finally, after doing the four things, yeah, what will be printed? Largest value is E. What is E?
Largest. Largest one.
Largest. Because largest value is at the end of the day, largest value. Let's execute this. Now let's execute this. First of all, largest is how much? What is available in the first index?
So,
4.
so
Then for I in B means what is the first index of my list? 4. Is 4 greater than 4? No. Go to the next one. What is the next type? 6. Is 6 greater than, yes, it's 6 greater than largest? Yes. If so, what happens? I will be, the value of I will be what? Replaced value of largest. So now largest will be 6, right? Likewise, it will go and finally 94 will be the largest. Easy pickings, Lama. Easy pickings. So what is the next thing we should do, Lama? Yes, kids. I mean, this paper is also not difficult, Lama. I mean, difficult and we'll feel something, right? I don't know whether our standard has increased or whether paper standard has decreased. But don't feel anything. At least like we are doing the latest paper කියලා no එහෙම එකක්වත් අඩුම ගානේ නැහැ. Like I don't know the reason. Either might be our standard has increased or paper standard has decreased. But no, seriously, I don't feel anything. What about you guys? Feeling the same? Yeah. Shall we do next one? Let's start from yeah. We are left with two. Second question. So kids, let's start from fourth question. Yeah, let's start from fourth one, right? And kids, just a kind announcement. We'll be doing the essay paper tomorrow as well. So we'll be yeah, then which means we are covering the full paper. Today we are finishing the structured one. Tomorrow, yeah, we'll be finishing. Hopefully, yeah, we'll be finishing paper two as well. Okay, so let's go to next one. A pi a team in school ICT. Okay, a team in school ICT society has requested to develop a software to help the students reserve computers in school laboratory. The students are given the facility to update their information. That the administrator should be given the facility to add slash remove students too from the system. Okay, fine. So what's happening there? A team in a school ICT society. So there is a school ICT society, fine, and there's a team there has been requested to what? Develop a software to help the students to reserve what they can. A team in a school ICT society has developed a software to help students research which means like before what? Before coming to the lab or whatever it is, a system to kind of what? Kind of reserve the computers, right? Yeah, fine. The students are to be given the facility to update their information. Okay, the administrator should given the facility to add remove students. Okay, okay, okay. Fine. So, I'm William Lamai. When doing system thing, the first thing is what understand problem. Huh? The following is the data flow diagram prepared by the development team for this purpose. Okay. So, now Mihima Winni, school IT society has request what develop a software to help the students to reserve computers in school library. The students out to give yeah like they should have the ability of update the information and administrators what should have the ability of kind of removing. Okay, fine. Following data flow kits prepared by the development team for the above system. Okay, we have P front ID plus Q two, then request details. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Okay, fine, fine, fine. Now these things you can't like neglect as well. And a numbered list of replacement for the labels P to W are given below. Write down in the most relevant box the number which is most okay, okay, okay. We have administrator, handle request, reservations, request details, student details, update student details. Request details and results. Is student details okko method in T kadenne. So yes, the most suitable for T. What do you think? T. What will it be? What about T? What about T? What is the suitable one for T? It will be what? Student? The most suitable. Lot of students are afraid for this. No, it's not a matter of being afraid. La, मैंने I'm afraid in किसी में तो अपना है student details वगैरह दे student details වගේ දෙයක් මෙතනට දැම්මම හරි ලස්සනයි එතකොට මොකද කිව්වේ මම කොහෙන් ගියත් like කොහෙන් ගියත් the student details are coming in yeah then kids so S I think it's request details right why is it request details yeah request details so based on the given context I think Lamai yeah what do you think POW is student
P student.
yeah P student right so P එක student හොඳයි and student will be giving what first of all මෙයාට දෙන්නේ මොනවද student ID plus Q හොඳට මතක තියාගන්න මේ request මොකක් හරි එකක් තමයි දෙනවා ඇත්තේ student බලන්න handle request reservations I think R should be what is the most suitable for R
Handle request.
yeah handle request it's interesting handle request then what about next one what about V RS, issues, updates for status. So R, okay, fine. And අපි දැන් අයින් කරමු ළමයි. Student detail, administrator done. Administrator thing done. Yes, kids, administrator it's done, right? එකත් හරි handle request. මොකද ලියවෙන්නේ නැහැ නේ මේක. Administrator. And I think Q should be what? The most suitable for Q1 will be what?
Request detail. And
Reservations. So,
mm,
but they are request details. Reservations and request details. First of all, request details දාන්න ඕනේ. Reservation කරන එක can do from there. So first of all, the best one for Q will be
T
handle request.
should be students.
That's the best thing, right? T, it's better to what? Say it's students. Why?
So that you
Because
can be student details.
yeah, yeah, likewise, Lama, you cannot. පුළුවන් දේවල් කරලා then what once again you can erase and go backwards because Lama, we are dealing with names, right? So we are actually dealing with what? Names. So what are like student ID and students you can't say any. So it should be what? Students. The name of the file is students. Okay, fine. Students and yeah. Entity should be singular. Name of entity should be singular. That's fine. So student, me was students. Don't try to make it students. Huh? Don't try to make it students, schools. Yeah, no need. But this is a yeah. So once again, now, then students might ask. Then student might ask. So why can't what? Like the participants or students might ask, yeah, why can't this be students and why can't this be student? So now when it comes to entities, they should be singular. Names of entities should be singular. That's the rule. The name of entity should be what kids? Singular. So this is student and these are data stone element. This could be students. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Fully fine. So kids, if this is students, sorry, if this is students, request details. The student details and request. So this one should be request details, right? Q is what? Request details. And what about you? What is the most suitable for you? Is it reservation? So something was missing. Vadipur එකක් දීලා they have they given something in a
Oh, we define V as well.
sorry?
We have to find. Two things is missing. Reservation and update student details are remain.
We are remaining two, right? One is you what about you? You will be
Student
student
detail.
sorry?
Student
Student
detail.
student details. So what about the reservation parts? handle request. And මෙතන වෙන්නේ මේ අප්ඩේට් කරන එකනේ student details දීලා අප්ඩේට් කරන එකනේ. About you can write here update student details. What is the most suitable one here? V. Is it reservations or it would be update student details?
Update student details.
That's the most suitable one, right?
And S is reservation.
Autonomy. Nothing the penny. Yeah, that's the best one. Yes, that's it. That will be the most suitable ones. So what we can do is, yes, we can come here. Let's do something like this. So once again, Lamai, there is what? There are two file names. Yes, there are two file names. One is what? One is reservations, which goes to S. One is reservations, which goes to S. Yes. And the next one is kids students. It goes to here. It goes to here. Yes, fine. And kids, then we have here it's request details. Then kids, here what happens is handle request, handle request, handle request. And here Lama, it will be student details, student ID and student details. And here what happens is update student details. Yeah, that's it, right, Lama? So when you and P means it's student, and here it's the administrator. So what happens is, if I explain it very quickly, student will provide student ID along with the request details, and there is a process called handle request. Is what will they do is බලන like for example ඒ අදාළ වෙලාවට මේ කම්පියුටර් එක තියෙනවද නැද්ද කියලා බලලා I mean like කෙලිම what if a reservation can be done කෙලිම reservation එක දාලා results දෙනවා මේ පැත්තට. Then ළමයි like for example if student wants to register like should update student details මොනවද කරන්නේ student ID along with what student details. Then what that process will do is go to the students file and will what update whatever the students details. Then kids administrator, what will administrator do? Will provide the student details, and yes, a details තුනක බලලා if a student is not given access මොනවද කරන්නේ? ඒක කපලා අයින් කරනවා. So I mean this is once again a primary thing. මේක පොඩි primary diagram එක. අර here are they talking about inbuilt thing? Are they discussing about inbuilt? No, right? Are they talking about inbuilt thing like how the reservation is happening? Are they talking about that?
No.
No, they are just talking about three things. What is it? To request, to update our students' details, and what next? Administrators should can have the ability
Maybe.
of removing the access. So primary. But inside that, how it's happening, they are not talking in this DFD
DFT
diagram,
diagram.
right? Yeah, student when funds first of all students to be honest, first of all, students should what, provide the student ID and the what requested. I mean when necessary details. Update karan no update kal, yeah, it will be updated. Then what? If a request need to be done by that student, what will that student should do? Go to this process and place the what request. And it will order like if there is no one reserved, yeah, that could be reserved that student. And if that student is what, let's assume it's not uh I mean Karela like Kitanoko, that students okay, that student is suspended Kitanoko. So in such occasion, what are we doing? We are removing the access. Who is doing that? Administrator is doing that. Yes. Fine, fine, fully fine. So that part is done. That part is done. B. The computers are to be made available for students only for how many minutes? 30 minutes time slots between 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. on weekends. Okay. However, student is allowed to reserve more than maximum of what? two 30 minutes slots per weekend. Okay. Write down one functional requirement with respect to this. So what is a functional requirement? Functional requirement means what? Essential requirements that should be available in a system. So what is the one functional requirement which can be available here? You can simply write a student should have the ability of what? Reserving a 30 minutes what? Time slot in a weekday, right? So is that a functional or unfunctional requirement? I would say a student should have the ability of allocating a 30 minutes time slot in the weekdays. Yes or no? The computers are being made available to students only for the rates on weekends, right? On weekends, okay. On weekends, our student is allowed to receive only a maximum of I can it have to make a model like we can write like a student should have the ability of reserving 30 minutes on weekend on weekends. That's what that's the one functional requirement. Huh. Are we clear there, Lamine? I mean, you can write in whatever the method you want. No issues. किसी issue का अपने वाले क्या मत इधर वाला लिया करना. It's not functional ने और simply क्या नोने functional requirement की thing weekend එකට weekend එකට 30 minutes time slot එකක් එයාට ගන්න පුළුවන් වෙන්නේ. Give one technical aspect that the development team should check when conducting a technical feasibility study this project. Yes, what yeah, tell me what one technical aspect. The system capable of taking the record for the those things, yeah, fine. You can write those things. I functional am I think and write. Yeah. That the system should be able to record their usage. The system should be capable of providing them access 30 minutes in the weekend. Yeah, the system should provide the ability of what? Reserving time. පුළුවන් වෙන්න ඕනේ. You can write what as much as you want. किसी प्रश्न नहीं. Give one technical aspect that the development team should check when conducting the technical feasibility. Yeah, simply my technical feasibility means it's about what? Checking whether the development team has the proper technology to build the new system. So you can write whether the development team has the proper technology or proper ability to develop the system. I guys agree with me, kids. Yeah, right? Whether the development team has proper technology. हरियाणा टेक्नोलॉजी के तीन और ये की to develop proposed system. This very reality this sort theorization. Why I'm saying I like chemotherapy liyan na bro. It's not difficult. मैं मे की तरह नहीं मैं तब उड़ाती है लियन. Waterfall model is suggested for the above development. What is the proper requirement analysis criteria in this project to ensure timely consumption? What is the answer? So waterfall model means lama yeah the development yeah like step by step the system is being developed. What is the proper requirement analysis critical in this project to ensure its timely completion? What is the answer? What is the answer? Before preparing the what or developing the system, we should have a full idea about what how the system should be available. Like the requirements should be predefined. Am I correct? Simply The requirements should not change while the development of the system is happening. Are you guys agreeing with me or not? Yes or no? That is waterfall, right? In waterfall method මොනවද කියන්නේ? waterfall එකේ කියන්නේ waterfall එකේ කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? Waterfall model is telling what? This method is telling the requirement should be fixed and known before the creation of the project itself. So write that. Right, Lamai? The requirements should be clearly defined. Should be clearly defined before development of the system. Are we clear, kids? Yeah. So shall we go to next one? Three students are to develop the reservation, update student details, and manage students' modules separately. Okay. The IT teacher has two different types of software testings. What is meant by integrated testing? Janne go there. Okay, can you tell what is meant by integrated testing? What is meant by that? What is integrated testing?
On integration testing, we are testing the point where two units are meet or join.
Yeah. So අපි මෙතන
Integrated.
මෙතන බැලුවා නම් මෙතන integrated testing කියන්නේ මොකද්ද?
There are three process. A three
So
process in batch.
like for example, may no, the administrator should be capable of managing the students, right? So testing this point, what do you call it? Like this testing point where two what? Two components are joined together, what do you call it?
Integration.
Integrate. For example, if you take a phone, can you tell me the components of a phone? Battery.
Um,
What else?
screen, camera,
Screen. Yeah, screen. So for example, now for the screen to operate, you need battery, right? Which means there should be a connection between these two components. Like, so the point where these two components are joined together, we test it. What's that? Like, what's that testing?
integration testing.
Perfect answer. Perfect answer. That's the integration testing. So integration testing is nothing but testing the point where two components of the system are joined. Next one. The IT teacher suggests the team doing a direct deployment of this software. Give one reason as to why teacher did not suggest parallel deployment. So they're asking the negativities of parallel deployment compared to direct deployment. What is the reason? What can we write here?
Like same
Yes.
task would be executing
Yeah.
twice.
Repetition of the same task. Yes. And impracticalness. More time taken. More cost of deployment. Simple, simple. Hope everything is very clear, Lamai. Hope everything is very clear. Everything is very clear. Okay, okay, fine, fine, fine. Next one. So, shall we teach them? Yeah, what are the four kinds of deployment available?
Direct deployment, parallel
So, how
deployment.
to graphically represent direct deployment? Here, this what deployment? Direct
Direct.
deployment.
To
Here we have all system, and here we have.
Yep.
What about parallel thing?
Uh, first of all, old is there, and old and new
Uh,
for a certain time we use it fully, and which is the appropriate one will go forward.
Yeah, so it's like this, right? You have the old one like this, and new one will be started what? This and go. I mean, is it new one? Graphically, you can say it's the new one, but reality, this
That
was
means
asked by a 2025 student. So, like that student is asking, can we exactly say it's the new system which is going forward? That's how she said. So, well,
no, the
so can,
most Appropriate one will go forward. Can be new
Yes.
or old.
Yes. A student you knows as well. So like old. Okay. Now to be honest, we can't see always what the new system goes forward, right? What will go forward? As you said, the most.
Suitable.
Yeah. If not, there will be no difference between direct and
Parallel.
yeah. I mean, no point of what doing parallel. So next one. I mean, this time period is very crucial. Why is it? Because the cost is high. What else? Same thing is done twice. Those are the disadvantages, right? High cost. Same thing is done how many times? Twice. You can write a repetition of tasks. What else? And is it practical? I mean, it's not practical every year, right?
Yeah.
Uh, Impracticalness ഒക്കെ තියෙනවා. What about the cost? High
Icon.
cost. Univering high cost.
Complicities.
Yeah. The complexity means like more resources are required, right? More resources are required. More resources required. You can write all those. So what about the most confusing types of deployments?
Par-
What about pilot deployment?
Pilot
Pilot
need
something like this. This will be the what system? All system. Like the new system will be introduced what? The entire new system will be introduced to the part of the business. And if it's successful there, it will be what? Introduced to the entire organization. So we have the entire organization, but whole system is what? Applicable in most of the departments, but in a selected department, new system will be applicable. Then what? If it's successful there, it will be introduced to the entire business. What about pace one? What is pace? How to indicate that?
was like steps. And
Something like this, right? So like this is the old one, and like old system is gradually replacing by the
the
new
new
system.
system.
These diagrams they are important. I mean, this is what happens here is like to the entire organization, new system will be introduced step by step. Like the old system will what gradually decrease and new system gradually implements. Yeah. One member of the IT society owns what a COTS software. Okay, to be considered for the system. Okay, instead of developing it. One reason as to why the team should reject it. What is the reason? They are talking about disadvantages of COTS. So what is COTS? COTS means commercial of the shell, which means pre-made softwares, right? The software which is pre-made. What are the disadvantages of pre-made softwares? What are the disadvantages? There are plenty of disadvantages. What are they? Not suiting, not suiting, like not suiting fully, it won't not suit element, not suitable with what? With school existing process. And then not compatible, that's nice. Lama. So use words like that. Not compatible with the existing school system. Lama. There'll be a gap. There'll be a business process gap. Availability of business process gap. Yes, what's business process gap? Can you remember? Availability of what? Business process gap. What is the business process gap? Availability of what? Business process gap. Availability of what? Business process gap. Once again, yes, as mentioned, what is a business process gap?
That's the difference between the current system and commercial after-sales software.
Yeah, like now at the moment also the the particular business is going in a particular manner, right? So I mean, as yeah, as soon as you introduce a COTS software, will it be always compatible? No, right?
Mm.
Uh, I mean, there'll be a gap. So that will really haunt us, isn't it? Because COTS is prepared like for general purpose, ne, not specifically considering this particular school. Ne. So at the moment, this school might be conducting business activities, sorry, like administration activities in a different manner. Ne. So obviously there'll be what? A gap. Ne. So that is known as business process gap. And that's a huge disadvantage. Availability of business process gap. Then what else? Once again, lack of suitability, not
Like
compatible.
availability of features like which are not required by the school.
Yes, unnecessary requirements being available, not suitable, compatible, compatible. Then third one, what is it? Availability of features not required, features not required. Fine, kids, fine. That's it. That's it. So I think we have the last question remaining, which is also very simple question. Which is also, yeah, a simple question. So let's take a prayer break, and anyway, this the session will end after this question now. Right? We have digital divide as well. Okay, there are in our group also this thing was available. Yes, digital divide. Very easy things are. Okay. So let's take a small break, and yeah, 3:35. Let's start the session. 3:35. Let's start the session. 3:35. Yes, after the other prayer break, let's start at 3:35 p.m. Exactly, it'll be starting at 3:35 p.m. I'll be not ending the live meeting. Huh? It's, all right, friends. So let's start from the point where we stopped. Yeah, kids. Question number two, part A. A simple and high-level view of data life cycle consists of three steps, right? Third and the second and third steps of data life cycle. So, kids, what are the three steps of data life cycle? The first step would be creation of data. Second step will be what, kids? Like mainly, what are three steps of data? Yes, kids. What are the main two? First of all, data creation. Then you can write either data processing or what next? Method number one, data processing or what, kids? Data managing. Yes. Next one, third step, Mona. What comes on the third step? Third step would
Removal of
be
obsolete data.
okay. Nothing
Unwanted
data,
data.
yeah, data deletion. No, you can see output as data output or data removal. So once again, if we explain these three steps, what are they? First one is what? Data
Creation
what?
of
Okay. Second one,
management of data.
okay, damagement of data. Then
Removing absolute data.
yeah, obsolescence, right? What is
Obsolete.
obsolescence?
Unwanted.
Yeah, unwanted data.
Expired.
So next
And
one, B. Sorry, you yeah, let's follow B la mine. The modern artificial intelligence rely highly on large amounts of data, which is oftenly managed through cloud softwares. What is that? So, what is the cloud service model used here? So, there are three types of cloud services, cloud computing services, right? So, what are the three types of cloud computing services?
infrastructure as service.
Okay,
Software as
starting
service.
from infrastructure as a service. Second one,
Plat- Platform as a service.
the platform as a service. Then,
Software as a service.
okay, yeah, the software as a service. So, infrastructure as a service means what?
They provide like hardware resources components for it.
Yeah, for example, cloud computing. Yeah, for example, cloud computing, am I correct? Storage facilities,
Google Drive.
yeah, Google Drive, OneDrive. Then platform as a service means what?
It's the environment. Providing
Yeah,
a
like
service.
environment to what? Create, to run what? Run programs. Am I correct? Environment to run programs. To create Arduino maybe. Then software as a service. What is it?
Providing softwares.
Software means various applications, games, okay, online games. So here, what is it?
Infrastructure.
You call it IaaS, infrastructure as a service. What next? Quantum computing is also seen what as a promising type of computer machines for future. Are still expensive to own, operate, and maintain. Such is a technical approach to make computing power of a quantum computers accessible to the public users as per their needs at an affordable price. Okay, now this is a question where you have to think in the perspective of not going too what into it, but what is the answer? what can we do to make quantum computing? I mean, Kapawi or the paper. I mean, it's like a theory paper, right? So, I mean, what is the idea available in quantum computing? Okay, well, yeah, quantum computing can the computers, their quantum physics are being applied. Uh, yeah, we are quantum. What quantum computing means the computers, yeah, the quantum physics are applied. Another meaning. Qubits are used to operate them. The method on the other hand, so they're asking technical approach to make computing power of quantum computers accessible to the public users as per their needs. Yeah, a simple answer, what could we do? The share hosting was good, what can we do? I mean, through only like those that processing power could be shared, right? Lamine? A processing power के share करना පුළුවන් නේ. Yeah, like අර processing power එක share කරන්න පුළුවන් ඉතින් අපිට through internet වගේ. Yeah, sharing what? Sharing those infrastructure facilities. What I mean, structure facilities through internet. Through what kids? Through internet. Can internet එක කරලා මේ exchange කරන්න පුළුවන් නේද? Am I correct? Like මොනවද මේ? They are giving infrastructure facilities such as what? Storage නේ. ඉතින් ඔය වගේ ළමයි cloud computing හරහා මේ can't you provide the ability of quantum processors access කරන්න දෙන්න බැයිද? Providing the ability for the users to access access quantum technology embedded what? Processors, providing the ability for the users to access quantum technology embedded processors through what? Through internet. Providing the ability for the users to access quantum technology embedded process through internet. Example, cloud computing. The පුළුවන් level, I guess they bring it me. But there should be one generous person, I think. Generous වෙන්නත් ඕනේ නැහැ කිව්ද ඉතින් පොඩි amount එකක් charge කරලා ප්‍රශ්නයක් වෙන්නේ නැහැ ඉතින්. පොඩි amount එකක් charge කරලා ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැහැ නේ kids. So let's move next one. Ability to what? Ability to provide the users the ability to use quantum technology embedded process through internet. Yeah. අර ඒ processors ළමයි අපිට හැම වෙලේම උනේත් නෑනේ දී like to be honest kids these processors are not required every time නේ. What processors? The processors which process using these quantum technology. These processors are required. These processors are required in like very advanced environments ළමයි. And it's not always what required. So purchasing a quantum computer will be what? Unnecessary. I mean, yeah, obviously it's expensive. Expensive, yeah, more than expensiveness, I no use of purchasing a quantum computer for what person who is doing day-to-day business activities or day-to-day activities. Like if a person needs to have a computer for day-to-day activities, I think that particular person for general purpose need not to have a quantum computer because normal day processors are capable of what? Interacting with those pro- activities. And because of that reason, I'm saying, I mean, no need. It's obviously expensive and it's difficult to purchase. Okay, I would Say, okay, no need quantum computers, and but quantum computers will be necessary in particular scenarios. Wage scenarios dilama, you cannot uh, like maybe 2 days, 3 days that you have various subscription plans. You can subscribe for quantum computer processors, which will be hosted online, right? Are we clear or not? But what I mean, like, what about that solution kits? Is it successful or not? That solution, obviously successful, right? I mean, we have the ability of getting the quantum computing services when required and at affordable prices because, like, when when yeah, for example, you can say shared hosting, yeah, well, like when one person is distributing the quantum computing technology for multiple, the cost is being shared. Nila, bhai. One purchaser person develops to purchase that software and can share the features of that software to multiple people online. Are we clear now? Bhai? The cost will be also really low and the work will be also done. So then next one, it's very simple one. A web-based platform that provides a single point to access a range of information from different so this question I have seen in multiple places. What is the answer, kids? What is the answer? What is that? A web-based platform that provides a single point of access to a range of information from different sources. It's known as what?
Web portal.
Yeah, obviously it's a web portal. What is a portal? What is the simplest way of explaining a portal? Portal is simply a
It's
gateway,
like
right? Isn't it?
an entry point.
Yeah, an entry point. So it's known as Amy Podiya Daladi. Why this box is small? Oh, no.
Write the number.
Just let me why it's now what happens if you write the name here without the number?
A1 new marks.
So yeah, someone is there in the examination department.
Sorry.
I mean your relative or someone is there in examination department. Did they say like that? Maybe. Yeah. uh, Sometimes they might not give marks, sometimes they might give marks. So, as as you said, the higher percentage is what? Giving marks or not giving marks?
Not green mark.
Yeah, not giving marks only. Because these are English papers, not ICT papers. And Lama, don't write in this column, ma. Do not write in this column. Don't ever write in that column. Hey, then students will be asking, so why? Why don't write, no, don't write. Why? That's not a problem. The problem is don't write. Don't write. If you are there, if they're saying not, don't write, you don't write. Why you write? When one requests to renew his or her vehicle revenue license and pay online through the official website, yes, he's performing an e-commerce transaction of which what is the answer? What is the
G2C.
e-com B2C? Government to
It is
citizens. Third one. This one was which one? Other. Yeah. So when it comes to e-commerce transaction types, yeah, it comes under G2C now because government is here providing the service to a particular person, right? Yes, government is providing the service. So thinking that perspective, who is providing the vehicle revenue license service? No, government, so it's G2C, and who's obtaining it? Customers, it's G2C. The ABC e-commerce company does not allow buyers to explore competitive products from other sellers within its website. ABC website operates as a what?
an online marketplace.
AB company does not provide extra competitors. Mm, මොකයි ප්‍රශ්න? I think it's a virtual storefront, isn't it? Isn't it a virtual storefront? What do you think? It's a virtual storefront, right? So shall we explain them the difference between virtual storefront and a online marketplace? So what is online marketplace? Okay, let's refrain from marketplace, uh, online marketplace. Let's go to a marketplace. What is a marketplace?
Where buyers and sellers are meet.
Yeah, that's the point. We have buyers and sellers, which means one buyer and one seller, multiple buyers and multiple sellers.
Multiple buyers and multiple sellers.
Then online marketplace means yes, the same thing is happening through electronic
Internet.
medium, right? So here what's happening? An ABC e-commerce company does not allow other buyers, which mean to explore what competitive products of other sellers, which means like this in this context, there'll be only how many sellers?
One.
One seller, right? ABC, yeah. ABC e-commerce company does not allow buyers to explore competitors' products from other sellers within its website, which means in their website, yes, what are they saying? මොනවද කියන්නේ? They are saying ABC website එකට මොකද්ද? ABC website එකට customer කෙනෙක් આવොත් එයාට වෙන කට්ටියගේ products පේන්නේ නෑ. Then will be a e-marketplace because e-marketplace there'll be how many sellers? One or multiple.
Tons of
So the most suitable one is what?
virtual store.
Yeah. Virtual storefront means what? It's actually what? අර normal කඩයක් වගේ එකක් like it's built how? Virtually. අර virtually online, yeah, online අර බඩු display කරන්න ලාම. අර දරාස් ටික ඇතුලේ එක එක වට. Like if you go to the Daraz, inside Daraz, if you go to Nestle, then Nestle එක ඇතුලට ගියාට පස්සේ will you see what other products තියෙනවද Nestle එක ඇතුලට ගියාම?
No.
If you go to Daraz, what happens? If you go to
Multiple.
Daraz, you'll see multiple sellers and multiple buyers. I mean, in Daraz, if you go to like Nestle's like portal, portal, to their virtual storefront, will they display other people's products there?
No.
No. So then that's a what? A virtual storefront. What is a virtual storefront? So shall I once again explain them in a simplest manner? The most simplest manner is yes. What is the huge thing? Virtual storefront to e-marketplace.
In markets.
So inside e-marketplace, we have what?
Virtual store.
Yeah, which is owned by individual companies, right? So virtual storefront means what? It's like a
Part part of it.
yeah, or
One.
else you can say it's actually it's an online shop which displays only their like products, right? I mean, it's an online, yeah, online shop. It's like displaying their products. Okay, let's be more practical. Shall we take one gold face? So inside one gold face, we have various shops, right? Am I correct?
Yeah.
Let's assume we have KFC inside one gold face. And if you go to inside, okay, as a whole, one gold face can be considered as the market place.
No.
And what about that KFC? That will be the virtual
Virtual
store.
store.
And if you go inside KFC, will it contain Domino's things?
No.
Now very clear. It's I mean, that's all about virtual store on a marketplace. The in blank buyers bid for prices at which they will be willing to buy the product. buyers bid for the prices. Okay, buyers bid करना क्या हमने?
Normal
It's a
option.
what? Normal auction. Reverse auction means what bidding?
Sellers are
Sellers.
bidding.
Yeah. So normal auction, what is the is
Paid.
auction wise online? Yeah, eight online auction. An online shopping website is suitable to be connected to B2. An online website is suitable to be connected to a payment gateway. What is the most appropriate term? Payment gateway. Obvious it's what? Example of payment gateway, what is it? If they ask the example of what? Payment gateway, we can say where there's a very famous payment gateway. What's that? There is something called PayPal, right? All right, yeah. Yeah, PayPal, yes. PayPal is an example for online gateway, online payment gateway. So are we done? How do you know? What about D? What are they talking about D? Shall we read D? What are they saying in D?
Your friend thinks the digital divide is a tool used for arithmetic division.
Yes.
Briefly explain your friend what the digital divide is.
Yeah, can you explain to them?
Digital divide means that's the gap between the people who can like access computer, who has knowledge on computer and who doesn't have it.
I mean, it's the difference between the people who have access to internet and
Because
access to internet and no access to internet, right? Simple. It's the difference between the people who have access to internet and no access to internet. That's digital divide. I mean, the person, the friend who thinks digital divide as a tool of arithmetic division, I think the friend is actually what? His friend is actually suffering from what? Digital divide.
digital divide.
Yeah, the friend who thinks digital divide is used for arithmetic division means that friend is actually what suffering from digital divide. I can remember something like that was happening in the group. Can you remember what's that? Uh,
Someone was asking what is
bandwidth,
digital
right?
divide.
The bandwidth. Can you
Someone
remember?
then and they were teasing someone.
Yeah, like for example, they were asking how to increase the quality of a YouTube video, right?
Ah yeah.
And one was studying the method, and then yeah, even that was not the reason. Then the other one said, okay, your bandwidth might be low. Then a girl, yes, as you know, girls, they are lacking. As a percentage, like girls are the majority which has the digital divide. Whether you guys agree or not, I don't care. I don't care whether you are watching from Sri Lanka, India, world, whatever it is. Yes, girls as a majority, they lack what? I mean, they lack means if you take digital divide as a percentage, girls have the highest number of digital divide. And that girl is asking like, how to change the bandwidth in my phone. So bandwidth means it's like that a capacity, like the amount of data can be transferred in a communication medium. It's like the capacity of a communication medium. You can't change it. Huh. Are you agreeing with me? Girls are having less amount. I mean, girls contribute more to the digital divide, right? Are you agreeing to me? As a percentage? What would you say? As a percentage? Maybe 75% of digital divide is not consists of girls, not men. Huh. So, as we all know, yes, digital divide is the difference between the people who have access to internet who don't have access to internet. And what is the solution for this? What do you call it? That's a nice word for this. Like joining these two.
Digital bridge.
Yes, we call them digital bridge, and it's done by numerous ways. E-waste, why this? एक मतलब GIT पे भी रद्द से. E-waste becoming a major environmental problem in Sri Lanka. Okay, fine. Suggest a step that we can be reducing. So, what is the reason? Practicing four concept. Am I correct?
Yes.
What else? What else? Practice four concept. Dispose the electronic matter what in appropriate manner. Minimize the usage of electronic applicants. Four concept use karana. What is this? I think yeah, this paper is very easy. Very easy. Yeah. So everything is very clear, Lama. So what about paper two? Shall we do paper? Alright, kids. So hope everything is very clear. Lama, මේ වගේ paper එකක් આવොත් නම් kids, you can tackle it, right? Yeah, kids, you can tackle it. Yeah, you can tackle it. No, paper. You guys can tackle it. So kids, I think everything is pretty much clear for y'all. Yeah. Hope the discussion might be very valuable. And tomorrow, let's do essay paper. Yeah. Tomorrow, let's do our kids the essay paper. આપણે હેઠે કરો. Then let's do the essay paper tomorrow. We'll do all six questions, right? Then kids, yes, may Almighty bless you all in advance.